We're kicking off the show right here in the kitchen with our first guest, who's made quite the reputation for award-winning cuisine at the Mill in St. Petersburg. But now Chef Ted Dorsey is bringing his inventive menu to a new location across the bay. You say you're heading home, right, to South Tampa?
I'm coming back home to Tampa, and I'm excited about it.
I love it. Well, welcome, Chef.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
We've got lots to cook, but before we get involved, the one thing that I'm interested in talking with you about, you kind of have a different role in the sense that you are chef, owner, you're behind a lot of concepts we see. Normally, we don't see that. Talk about being able to play both, because we're talking to you about the owner and starting a new business, yet you're cooking for us, too.
Well, I mean, it's definitely tough, and you know, fortunately, I have a great business partner who, you know, I rely on tremendously, and we kind of all have our focuses and our roles, and at the end of the day, I get to do what makes me happy, which is cook. But it's different. You know, it's not just all about the cuisine. There's many other things that we have to handle on a daily basis. Which
people, maybe you have been able to dine at the Mill in St. Petersburg, and you're like, oh, I've been there. But guess what? This South Tampa, what, bigger menu? You're excited about the location?
I'm excited about the location. This is a location we've had our eye on for a long time. It's a great spot right here in the heart of South Tampa, right on the corner of Azil and Armenia. And it's just exciting to kind of come back to Tampa. So coming back home, we know we want to push the envelope and really get out there and try new things with our food. And we're going to do some things that are going to wow some people.
I'm assuming this is one of them right here?
This is one of them.
What are we making today?
This is our pork chop tomahawk.
Pork chop tomahawk. I gotta say,
it's a mouthful.
I have never heard of this before. I'm not a huge meat eater, but I've never heard of this one before.
It's okay. It's a classic cut. So it's got the long bone, which is essentially the spare rib still attached to it.
Hence the tomahawk name, right?
It's a very gorgeous, great presentation, and it's a great cut of meat.
Okay, so obviously you're doing a little more to it than just the average. What are we doing?
So basically what I'm doing here is I'm Pittsburghing this, and what that really means, it means to sear it at a high heat. So what we do is we get a nice crust on the meat that way, and it really encapsulates all that flavor so it stays in there and retains all that nice juicy moisture.
Okay, and while that is cooking up, I know we've got tons of different toppings.
We have a few things going on. So one of the things that's unique about this dish is, and I really enjoy this is our street corn. So this is a fresh corn on the cob. What I'm pairing with it is a lemon creme fraiche. So it's creme fraiche mixed with fresh lemon juice, a little bit of fresh herbs. We kind of slightly rub that on there. We're going to hit that with just a little bit of salt, because you can't go wrong with salt. And this is our mill rub. It's a combination of cayenne, chili powder, paprika, mustard powders, all kinds of good stuff in there. And then we top that with a little bit of crumbled feta and some fresh herbs. And it's kind of our fun play on elotes, which is a Mexican-style street corn. Typically done with mayonnaise. I like the lemon creme fraiche. I think it gives it a more unique and fun flavor. So now what we're going to do is we get that nice
butter,
sear.
right?
You gotta have a little bit of butter. So we get that nice sear on there. And what we're going to do is we're going to hit it with just a couple of garlic cloves.
And Ted, I know you've been here before, so I feel like I can, you know, talk to you while you're cooking.
Absolutely.
So while you're frying this up, I don't want us to run out of time. Explain how this restaurant is going to be a little bit different. You talked about the menu, but you're catering to. You even say you're catering to women. I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm so excited about this.
Well, one of the things that we know about South Tampa is that we want to do some things that are healthy and some things that are different. So we're including into our cheese and charcuterie program, a vegetable charcuterie.
I love that.
I'm super excited about it, and it's super secretive still.
You know you just shared it on TV, right, Chef?
I know. You know, we're including lighter ingredients, a little bit more seafood driven. And really, it's about our love for food, and that's one of the things that makes the Mill unique is we get to do what we want with our food and on a daily basis, and really show our expression of love for our cuisine to our guests. And that's amazing.
I love that. Show the love to the guests. And speaking of love, I know one person you want to give some love to, the artist behind the design. Talk about how exciting this is for the Mill.
Istvan Torok is an amazing artist. He creates the look that is the Mill. He gives the Mill feel. And you know, with each location, he's absolutely progressed and done more amazing things every time. And I walk into South Tampa, and I am just in awe of its beauty. It's amazing. I can't wait for people to see it.
Well, let's go ahead, plate it up in the meantime. I would say that's a pretty good tease for you to go out and try the restaurant. Of course, you mentioned the location already. You're opening this coming week, correct?
We are opening this week, and we are so excited about it.
Awesome. Well, you know what? We are out of time. I'm going to go ahead and pass this over to you. Unless you're still plating.
Nope.
Here we go. Cheers to you, Chef. Congratulations.
Thank you
so much again. Go visit the mill right now in South Tampa. Well, not right now, next week. We appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you.